Joe Biden and Yair Lapid have signed a security pledge in Jerusalem, reaffirming their united front against Iran. The pledge is called the Jerusalem-US-Israel Strategic Partnership Joint Declaration. It plans to never allow Iran to acquire a nuclear weapon and plans to address Iran's destabilizing activities in West Asia.
Today, you and I also discussed America's commitment to ensuring Iran never obtains a nuclear weapon. This is a vital security interest to both Israel and the United States, and I would add, for the rest of the world as well. I continue to believe that diplomacy is the best way to achieve this outcome, and will continue to work with Israel to counter other threats from Iran throughout the region, including support for terrorism, ballistic missile program that continues, and the proliferation of weapons to terrorists and proxies like Hezbollah.
Words will not stop them, Mr. President. Diplomacy will not stop them. The only thing that will stop Iran is knowing that if they continue to develop their nuclear program, the free world will use force. The only way to stop them is to put a credible military threat on the table.
This is a show of unity by allies long divided over diplomacy with Iran. The pledge reaffirmed U.S. support for Israel's regional military edge and the Jewish state's ability to defend itself by itself. The United States says it will never allow Iran to acquire nuclear weapons, adding that it is prepared to use national power to ensure that outcome. Iran and world powers signed the 2015 nuclear deal that capped Iran's nuclear program, but former U.S. President Donald Trump withdrew from the nuclear deal in 2018. The move was designed to squeeze Iran economically until it returned to the negotiating table. But a defiant Iran resumed prohibited nuclear work. Biden took office with a promise to restore the agreement, but the nuclear talks in Vienna have hit a stalemate. Israel now says it would support a new deal with tougher provisions. Meanwhile, Iran says it will not submit to any further restrictions. And for more on this, our correspondent Jody Cohen getting us this report from Jerusalem. Take a look.
Thursday has seen two important conferences as part of the president's visit to Israel. The first was the signing of the Jerusalem Declaration on the US-Israel Strategic Partnership and a press conference where the two leaders affirmed their commitment to preventing Iran from achieving nuclear weapons. The second was the I2U2 summit, where it was announced that the West Asia Quad will focus on 6 areas of sustainable investment: water, energy, transport, space, health and food security. Prime Minister Lapid called this partnership something special and said the world is watching and that this is just the beginning. This is Jody Cohen for WION World is One.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.